So, E.V.L.J.619888 is back. If you watched the last video, I was going through my little sketchbooks and art books or whatever that I did, and I was going through some of the stuff, and I guess I'll keep going from there. This is the stuff with the stamps, and I'm going to show you this last one right here. Dang, right when I get to the cool section, I gotta kind of end it. So I'm going to show you a couple of these real quick, and then I'm going to go to the next book, because this is kind of the cool section. Because there's some stuff that I did that was cool. Yeah, that's kind of the end of the cool section. No, it's not. But, oh, well, I'm going to try to close this up a little bit. Hope I don't mess up those papers too much. And on to the next book. So this one was when I got a little bit more serious, and I decided I was going to stop with all the line paper and the what's it called, graph paper. I still do some of that stuff because, like, honestly, the teacher will be teaching and I'll just be like on the graph paper just following the lines in a certain pattern or whatever I decide to do. But this still a couple of years ago, I started using like sketchbook paper and stuff like that. And kind of like that bottom one, it was inspired by like a picture I saw where it was like because like you can go to Google Images and just like look up stuff. I have another account with just like stuff that I saw on Google Images that was really cool, and I would just like post it, and you can just like look up. I love Google Images because you can just like look up, like put 2 words in there, go to images, and then like you'll see some cool stuff, some strange stuff, man. But like you look up Phoenix and Fire, you could probably find some cool art stuff there. But I feel like you can do that with anything. You can go on Instagram or anything, find that. There is a lot of backstory to some of these things, but I don't want to do all that. But if you want to hear a little bit of the backstory for some of these, just like tell me, and I'll do it. But I'll do a little bit of backstory for this one. It's not even on that. This is red. This is blue. This is a really dark blue. It probably looks like black on the screen, and mixed together it made purple. Yeah, that was it for that one. But there's some other things for some of these. This one, sorry, I was going to say this. This one is like just a holder that I have, and I put a lot of different stuff in here. Cause like when I tell you that over the years I have collected my own art, I have. Like, I swear to you, I must have like at least 500 sheets of paper that I have wasted on some of the art that I will never sell, and some of this stuff I'm not even going to show here. So this, and I think in the last video I talked about Blick, that I like that art store, and like I got like some art pins and stuff in there. Sorry, t-shirt. I got some like art pens, and like I got a silver pen, so I had some black paper, some black construction paper, use that, all that. And this, because I'm going to show you some stuff that I really hate that I drew and decided to keep, but I'm going to keep it anyway, so I'm going to show you. Like this. It's not an alien. It's not a person. It's something though. What is it? Who knows and who really cares? Just some absolutely terrible stuff sometimes. So this. With some of the stuff that I do, you can just like turn the angles. It doesn't even really matter which way it is. It just looks basically the same. But I did have an intended way that it was supposed to be turned, but like now I kind of don't care. Usually I don't have like sheets of paper, but this one, for a while I did try to make some people, because I use CDs a lot, which I said in the last video. I tried to make people like it was just a perfectly symmetrical face, and I did that a lot. So like he kind of looks like a luchador or something like that, lucha libre or something, whatever. I'm not putting these in order. Like I'm not organizing these at all, and I'm probably gonna like mix them up because back in the day I used to have them in a certain order that I kept them in, and like I'm probably like gonna bend them and ruin them because I'm not putting them back correctly, and I'm gonna regret that later. Like please, don't even tell me that doesn't look a little bit cool. Come on, it's weird and random, but it looks kind of cool. Come on, you know you want to buy it. Just come on. Anyways, so that's it for this one. This other video was like 20 minutes, 21, 25, who cares, minutes long, and so I want to make this one a little bit shorter. That's probably not going to end up happening because I got 1, 2, 3 more things to go through, and the last one I used 1, 2. I'm talking, so that's making it take longer. But I'm still going with some of the older things. This thing, which was in here, but I took it out earlier. I like it because it was actually one of the first things that I did in here. With this one is my first one. Like this 3-ring binder is actually kind of new because originally I had in a different 3-ring binder that I got from Sylvan, and that was made of paper, like cardboard, and just ripped apart. This is made of plastic, so it'll whatever. But yes, I used to go to Sylvan. This has Master Splinter on here. I am a extremely large person, but I am a really big TMNT fan. And so one of the first like main abstract art things that I decided I was gonna keep, it started with this one right here. And I did this on purpose to make this the cover of my book, my first book, which was this one. All the stuff is in here, but it started off with a different one. This was gonna be the cover because it showed I'm a TMNT fan. It had my name symbols here. This is like my original name symbols, but I changed them a little bit. I did some stuff happened, whatever. And then I put like highlighter on it. Why? Because sometimes you just need a border. Who cares? Sorry, I'm doing a lot of who cares right now. I'm kind of tired. I shouldn't be recording right now. What time is it? I don't care. Okay, so it's this book right here. I did a lot of symmetrical kind of things here, so you're gonna get a lot of that there. This, yeah, I don't even know what's going on there. Get a lot of the CD stuff there, because one of the first things I did was with like when I started to keep them instead of just like trying to give them away or throw them away immediately. Some of the first stuff I did was CDs, and most of the first pages, like the first like 4 pages, were just CDs, and that was when I was just using a straight up black pen to do it. Then I got into coloring stuff a little bit. Told you about the symmetrical faces with the CDs. Yes, that's one of these right here. He's making a joke there that I came up with. I'm gonna read the joke. It says, "I'm round, I have no arms or legs, I play basketball, but I'm not a basketball. What am I?" And the little guy says, "Pointless." That was the correct answer. There was another joke there, but not going to say that one. Well, that one I tried to read, but I did not understand. Like, I need to go over that one and try to figure out what I was thinking when I made that one. I think it was a joke. It had to do with like his eyes are normally green. He got a black eye and it looked blue. I don't know. But this was also during a time when I first figured out how to make like a 3D square, and like you know how you make a 3D square, and I tried to do stuff like that, and I thought this was kind of cool. So I did that. I think I might have done a couple of those. Yeah. This, I didn't always use CDs. I used a lot of different, just the different stuff to make. Like I just used stencils. I didn't use actual stencils. I mean, I used a bunch of random stuff as stencils, just because I like stencils, but I didn't have any. So there's this thing right here. Ignore that thing that just fell. I will show you that later. I gave him a face for some reason. There's this. I use my library cards to make a rectangle. So I use a CD and my library card. You get a lot of this CD stuff here. But let's get away from the CDs. Let's get to some other stuff. Okay, one more thing about the CDs. I just like the faces. I liked them at the time, and I still. Sometimes I look at them, and I just kind of want to laugh, but like, whatever. Like, I think I used some kind of book. No, I remember what I used, but I ain't gonna tell you what it is. I used something else to get the little shapes here. And to be honest, I still kind of use like different stuff, but I don't use different stuff. I still like to use stuff to trace out, to make different shapes. And I don't know if I showed you that one thing in the last video where I used CDs and I made a straight line. And I think I showed you in the last video, or is it this one? And I can make an E, and I think I made an L over here. Yeah, an L. So it was before I started calling myself E.V.L.J.619888. It was just E.L., my first and my last name, first and last initial. And in that other one I showed you, I told you there was a bunch of different like series that I did. I would do something that looked pretty cool, then I would do it again in a different way. So there's that. This one is called Confusion, and I did a couple of these with this. There's Confusion. That was just like, it was Confusion all. This was Confusion all -1. Confusion all -1 part 2. So I used like basically 3 things. I did CDs all the way down, then I used like my I used like a different card, then I used like lines, and I would take away one thing from it and then call it something else. This one I like because I think I tried to make it look like a book, but like it's supposed to be a little bit more symbolistic than that because it's supposed to specifically be a Bible, but I did nothing to make it actually seem like a Bible. I think there was just some stuff going on there. I don't know what was going on there. But did some stuff. I started adding some color in there. And I'm gonna fast forward to some stuff that I did, because I love E.V.L.J. pens now. And this book series, that's when I really started getting into it. At first, I would just use like a couple of different marker colors like this, or I would just use red pen like this or something like that. But then I got into stuff like E.V.L.J. because I love E.V.L.J. now, because I love all the different colors. I still have not gotten the E.V.L.J. gel pen. I just had the first E.V.L.J. when they first came out. Like, I remember pins when they first came out. That's the kind of artist I am. Okay? And this was one of my favorite things that I made with E.V.L.J. This one, I'm not going to tell you the name, but the names has shield in it. So these kind of look like shields to me, and like I made it. I was doing all the lines and stuff for it, and then I like stopped. I looked at it and I was like, this is my junk. This was the first one that I put in one of these little plastic sleeves, and I kept it. Then I wrinkled it, and I got really mad. I straightened it out, and you can like barely see it, but you can still see it. Still irritates me, but we good with that one. We good. Still love that one. And some stuff I did a little bit more recently. This is what kind of fell out earlier. I went back to, this one was done like last year or something like that. So I went back to the graph paper and stuff like that. And I got different stuff. Oh, I think this one's upside down. Sorry. I get different stuff with the graph paper. And I don't know, whatever. So I got a lot of stuff with the graph paper at this time. Cause I did some stuff with it. And I'm gonna put these ones back because I'm gonna get really irritated if I like wrinkle them all up and then they all just look terrible later. And then I try to look back at it and then it's like, why didn't I put this in there correctly? It's like, oh right, because I'm lazy. But I have 2 more books to show you, and I'm gonna go through those kind of quickly because I said I'm not gonna go into the backstory unless I get like a comment or 2 that says, let's go into the backstory of these pictures. So I'm gonna go through those really quickly with some of the stuff that I really like. This one from Blick, the sketchbook here. This one is my first sketchbook. This one I did at the library during the summer because I don't really do stuff during the summer. That's a little bit of backstory. If you want to hear deeper in that story, tell me. Got this. I did a lot of that during that time in the library. And there's like a story that I kind of want to tell about being at the library. I got there too early and it wasn't open, so I had to sit on a bench. You want to hear that story? You tell me. I'll tell you. I just need about 2 comments and I'll do it. But this character right here, over the years, I kind of went back and forth with the cartooning thing. This one, it's like 2 or 3 years old, and this guy, he reminds me of the not Slenderman. Like, this is actually before I knew about Slenderman, but it reminds me of him, and I really like that. Because it's kind of creepy, but it's kind of cool at the same time. Because, like, Slenderman kind of reminds me of, Ghost Rider. Not in the fact that they look the same, or they even do the same thing. Just in the fact that it's creepy, but it's kind of cool at the same time. I did him a couple of times in this book. And there was just that. With my kind of abstract art, I kind of do stuff absolutely terribly. I do like random lines and stuff and try to make it look symmetrical, but like sometimes I'll mess up and it kind of looks inappropriate. So if you see anything other than a bone in a box here or something like that, then you're my kind of person. I don't know if I've actually shown off anything like this before, like in some of the stuff that I've shown already. I don't know if I showed that off. Because I did a lot of that. That's some stuff I still do now. But I haven't really done it in that long. See, there's a little symbol here. Because like on cartoons, they make like little symbols that they put on like the character's shirts or whatever. Or like whatever. And I kind of made that symbol here. And that symbol shows up a couple of times in the book where I tried to make like a cartoon character. And I've tried to make him look like that. So I gave him that symbol, which I changed a little bit. But I'll tell you, I made this one at the library, and I really do like this one, because I can't tell if it's a fish or a shark. I don't know. It's like a mountain or something. It's like the ocean, like a fish. If you don't try to comprehend what I was thinking too much. You just like look at it really quick. It looks pretty good. But if you try to figure out what it is, it looks stupid. It does. And to some people, it may look stupid either way. Who knows? Let me go kind of quickly through this one. This one is that was the whole thing. So. But my next one is my newest one. I think I said earlier, or if I didn't, I don't really like painting. I didn't like painting, but I started using like this kind of acrylic ink, because I was doing stuff with a calligraphy pen, and I ended up like saying, this is better paint than paint, because it was easier to move around and stuff like that, and it was easier to mix. So I did stuff like this. I used the paint pen to make these borders. I like borders for some reason. Then I used the ink for this. Like I can't tell if I used like blue ink or if it was like black, because like I do have like some bluish that looks so I forgot what color it's called. Try to make a symbol in there. Some of it did not turn out the way I wanted it to, like this one, but like some of it was really cool. Like hold up, I'm gonna find it. This one right here. This one I truly did like, and if you see it in real life, it actually looks a little bit better, because like it kind of looks like, I don't know, it does have two different colors in it, but when I had to mix colors to get it, so like there are different shades on each side. Like if you look at it in real life, this is like a little bit lighter than this side. I think you can see it here too, but it'll look more vivid because I had to mix the different inks together with like some paint and stuff like that to get the right color I wanted. But I never mixed enough, so I would do like one part, then I would have to mix again, and I didn't get the right amount, and I would have to do the next part, mix again, and then mix the wrong amount, and then it will turn out a different color and all that. This one, I kind of make fun of the people who get I don't know if I said this earlier, but who will get a $20 canvas, put it on the easel, get paint that's about $10, do like this, and say, I'm done. I'll make fun of those people, because that's dumb. That's why they're starving artists. That, and there are just some people who can't appreciate good art. But I do kind of like the splat artists, the people who like take, like, they'll put some paint on the brush and just go like that. I like that. That looks pretty cool. I tried to do that here. So I have some different colors here. Now, there's one that I don't know if I have it. I don't know if I have it with me right now. But it is my, like, absolute, oh, I got it, bro. I should have it right here. Should have it, bro. No, I don't. But it's one of my favorites that I did with a splat. And but dang, because it's not just splat. I kind of like put drops of ink on there to make it look like it was like drops of blood, and like the whole outside. I really must show this. If you do get a chance to follow me on Instagram, I have it there. I want to look for it, but it might be like somewhere over there, and that would be unprofessional to just get up and walk away. Hello everybody, this is Future editing me, and I have actually found that picture. So this is what I was talking about. This is like the little blood, and I kind of want to say this is, not gonna lie, this is kind of a manifestation of my claustrophobia. I don't like to be closed in on, but we're gonna let that go for right now. The little blood, the closing in, you could say it's a forest. Even kind of looks like people reaching out. I don't know. Again, going through some stuff. Probably shouldn't show it, but you're not gonna even see my face. The point is that you see this picture. That was the whole point. So, hope you liked it. Even though I'm not a professional, but there's some stuff that I have done that is freaking amazing. Like the way I did it, I just love it. And I showed a couple of people and they liked it too. So it's not just me. But this book, honestly, it's a little bit less abstract art and more like just other stuff. Because there are some symbolistic things up in here. Oh, looking at the wrong one. There are some symbolistic things up in here, but I don't really have time. Oh shit! I don't really have time to explain all that. But I will tell you that I keep saying this. If you want me to explain, tell me in the comments, and I'll do it. So I will end this after I show you just a couple of other things that I've done. This I was angry at the time, so, and I was trying to actually do something, so I got some stuff there. And I was going through some stuff. So I had some red ink, and so there were a lot of blood spots on some of these papers that I got here. Another one of those things that ended up looking inappropriate was this. Yeah, it was supposed to look like this one glass thing that my grandma has over there, but I'm not gonna go pick it up and bring it so you can see it. But it ended up looking kind of inappropriate, but maybe that's just me. This one I did. Oh, let me move my finger out the way. I like Dragon Ball Z, so I tried to draw Goku. Now, most of the drawings that I see someone draw it and I copy what they do. But this one, I just looked at the picture and I tried to draw it. Let me cover this one. But this one right here, I think I did pretty good there. I think I did. That was my like second or third try. There are some struggles there, I must tell you. This. And directly after that, I tried to make Diamond Head. Now, you may think that's good, but to be honest, I got my tablet, which I'm using to record right now. I put that down, turned up the brightness, put the paper over it, and then just like copied it and then colored it in. I just wanted to have it in my book. I didn't really want to draw it, to be honest. But this whole most of my cartoons were inspired by Butch Hartman, so I did a lot of stuff like that. It's a Cosmo there I tried to do. And this book doesn't have as much like art as it would because I was trying to come up with symbols for a company that someone I know is trying to come up with. So when that gets started, I'm gonna talk about that on the channel. So after that, I started like just doing. I just had a Sharpie and I drew random lines and start making stuff. So these are like some hands. Looks like a dog, another dog, another dog. I don't want a dog though. That's just something I did. See kind of a horse here, like a bird, I don't know. A little dog person, like Goofy or something, I don't know. This guy is being dragged by his collar by his mom, but I didn't want to draw his mom because I can't do that. It's like, whatever, I don't know. I got a lot of that kind of stuff in here. But who knows? Maybe I'll come up with another 500 drawings and I'll do this again later. So until then, or until my next video, I'll be E.V.L.J.619888, and I'm leaving. Goodbye.